Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about my favorite brain part in this video, and my favorite brain part is the corpus callosum. So, what is the corpus callosum? The corpus callosum is the largest bundle of nerve fibers in the brain. What it does is it connects the two hemispheres of the brain together so they can talk and communicate about language, spatial awareness, and everything else that your brain needs to know. It's basically what you'd call your brain's superhighway.
Next, where is the corpus callosum? The corpus callosum is located in the direct center of the brain. It is right underneath the cerebral cortex, which I am circling right now. The blue is the corpus callosum. It almost looks like a fish hook from the side of the brain. From the front, it almost looks like a band that connects the two hemispheres together. Hi, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the anatomy of the corpus callosum. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is the rostrum, which connects the orbitofrontal cortex, and that is right here in the front, almost the hook of the fish hook looking brain part. Next is the genu, and that connects the prefrontal regions, which is right here, kind of almost the bottom of the fish hook. Next is the body, which connects the motor, sensory, and parietal areas, which is this long strand right here in the middle of the brain. Next is the splenium, which connects the occipital and temporal regions, and it is very, very important for vision, which then shoots up through and out your eyes.
Next, what does it do? So the corpus callosum's primary function is to connect the two hemispheres, pretty much allowing them to talk to each other, communicate, um, pretty much to signal whatever's going on in the brain. Um, what basically another thing that it does is doesn't allow the hemisphere to do its own thing. They want the two hemispheres to stay together, so it is easier for them to function and work together like a pair. They pretty much are a team, as you could say. The main functions include shares sensory information, coordinates movement, combines language and spatial information, and helps with problem solving, attention, and social and emotional understanding. Um, Without the corpus callosum, none of this would be able to happen. It would be very, very off, and your brain wouldn't work as efficiently. Next, what is it made of? The corpus callosum is a white matter structure. It is consisted of a thick band of myelinated axons that connect the two hemispheres, kind of like just a little thick band. The crazy fact is that it is 200 million nerve fibers that make this up. That is a lot of nerve fibers. What does white matter do? It transmits signals from each side of each hemisphere, and the myelinated axons insulate and transmit electrical signals along the axon.
Next, we're going to talk about problems with corpus callosum or disorders of it. First, we have damage from a stroke. This can cause multiple and lots of cognitive and emotional changes within your brain. Next is multiple sclerosis. This is when communication is disrupted because there are holes in the myelin. The myelin acts as an insulation for the synapse, and when the synapse is damaged, communication is then disrupted. Next is a surgical severed corpus callosum, which is the most seen corpus callosum disorder. This is when the corpus callosum band is severed surgically because of epilepsy. When this happens, the communication between the two hemispheres is gone and they no longer work together and they are fully independent. When this happens, the right and left visual fields are then messed up. Shown in this graph right here, when somebody looks in the left side of their brain, they can see it on the right side. Then, when they can see it on the right side of their brain, they can only see it on their left side of their vision. But then, when they see it on their left, they can't physically see it on their right eye, but they can only see it on their left eye because the two hemispheres cannot connect together. Next, this is my full reason why I chose the Corpus Callosum back in high school in AP Psychology. Me and my friends had to do a project that involved a brain menu, and we thought of the cheesy Corpus Callosum, which became our group chat name. Ever since then, I found it really, really fascinating, and I think it's so cool that the band can transmit so much information from one hemisphere to the other, and when damaged, it is completely separate and works independently. I also think it's one of the most important part of the brains because it connects our information and all the work is done between that band. And I just think it is so fascinating. Thank you guys so much for watching my video on the corpus callosum. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.